The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Some McDonough County residents were arrested on Wednesday for illegal drug charges. We have the details. And could we be seeing warmer temperatures in our future? Find out in News 3's Nicholas Stewart's full weather forecast. In an update on the closure of Guadalajara says quite a few violations were found against the restaurant. News 3 has more on that story. All that and more right now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
After a 2-month-long investigation into illegal drug sales across McDonough County, 12 people are now facing charges. Good morning, Macomb. I'm Franny Smith.
And I'm Shanae Glasgow. The Macomb Police Department, along with 4 other agencies, made the arrests on Wednesday. Police say the investigation centered around the sale, use, and possession of cocaine, cannabis, hallucinogenic mushrooms, LSD, and prescription drugs. Macomb police say 5 of the 12 arrests were Macomb residents. 1 person is from Blandonsville and another is a resident of Mount Sterling in Brown County. The 6 other arrests involved residents from the Chicagoland area. 23-year-old Karen A. Shank of Mount Sterling is now facing 5 charges. Those include 2 counts of unlawful delivery of a controlled substance, manufacture and delivery of hallucinogenic mushrooms, possession of cannabis 2.5 to 10 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Macomb resident Donald Ross is facing 3 charges: unlawful delivery of cannabis, manufacture and delivery of cannabis 30 to 500 grams, and manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance. Police say they conducted 3 search warrants at the homes on North MacArthur, West Adams, and West Orchard. More arrests are expected as the investigation continues.
Well, we're a college town. We have drugs. We understand that. However, it still remains illegal. So we continue to do what we can to keep the drugs at a minimum in our community.
For a complete list of arrests made in Wednesday's drug bust, go to our website, news3wiu.com.
We have more information on the 72-hour closure of Guadalajara on East Jackson Street. The McDonough County Health Department says the Mexican restaurant was closed after routine inspection revealed several critical violations requiring immediate correction last Thursday. Health Department records show 3 critical health violations. Guadalajara was found in violation of 2 items under food protection and 1 item under insect, rodent, animal control. 18 minor violations were found. Another critical health violation the Health Department noted was raw chicken stored above raw steak in a walk-in cooler. Foods must be stored in the order of lowest cooking temperature on top to highest cooking temperature on bottom. Another violation was slime mold growth on an ice machine splash guard and soda nozzles at the bar. Records show Guadalajara violated temperature requirements during storage preparation, display, service, and transportation. Those records note that many foods were out on shelves and above a convection oven and not kept to proper temperature. A pan of beans was found at 107 degrees Fahrenheit. A pan of covered rice was at 110 degrees. Foods like these must be kept at 41 degrees or less, or 135 degrees or hotter at all times. An additional violation was an unprotected opening to a shed that was in danger of pest exposure. Guadalajara repaired the shed before the request to reopen was granted Monday afternoon. Guadalajara was fined $1,500 and re-inspected Monday morning. After re-inspection, the restaurant was found to have corrected its previous critical violations, but it was found in violation of another regarding personnel. An employee with a cut on their hand was not sufficiently protected. The worker was asked to double glove their hand, and the issue was corrected that day.
With Christmas break starting next week, many students and their families will travel over the holiday season. News 3 and the McDonough County Sheriff's Department want to help you prevent burglaries. Create the idea that someone is home by leaving the lights or television on a timer. Do not broadcast your location through your social media. Have a friend or neighbor check your house and mail. If you do not, tell the post office to hold your letters and packages. Make sure to lock everything, including all of your windows. And for extra safety, contact the McDonough County Sheriff's Department with your location, dates, and information while you are traveling. The county will have patrols check your house while you're away.
Finals week begins next week, which means you might need some brain food to help you study. Monday night, Western's dining halls will be having a breakfast at night. The dining halls will be serving breakfast foods such as bacon, eggs, biscuits and gravy, and much more. The breakfast will start after dinner from 9 to 11 p.m. WIU students are coming together for a march and rally this afternoon in Macomb. The WIU Race for Justice, Black Lives Matter will be a peaceful demonstration to support those who are protesting against what they say is routine oppression against African Americans. The march will begin at Q Lot between the Rec Center and Tanner Hall at 1 p.m. Then it will stop outside the front of Sherman Hall at 1:30 p.m. At 2 p.m., there will be a rally with speakers gathering outside of the University Union. The Macomb Police Department and the Macomb Fire Department are doing more than protecting its community this holiday season. Shop with a Cop ended this Wednesday at JCPenney's as Macomb's Finest gave local children a helping hand for the holidays. Members of the Macomb Police and the Fire Departments bought everything young children need for school and to stay warm this winter. This has been a very popular event in the Macomb community for over the past few years.
Illinois State Police in McDonough County are adding a new addition to their family. Drax is a 1.5-year-old Belgian Malinois assigned to Trooper Justin Royer. The canine recently completed 10 weeks of training for certification at the ISP Academy in Springfield. Start off your new year with a 2015 Rocky calendar. The Western Illinois University mascot will be signing the calendars on December 15th, 2014 from 12:30 to 2 p.m. The 12-month calendar showcases photos of Colonel Rock III around campus and in the community. Attendees will have an official Rocky paw print stamp.
Western Illinois is celebrating the opening of its new teaching and research greenhouse with a ribbon-cutting ceremony next Friday. The School of Agriculture will benefit from 2 brand new greenhouse buildings next to the WIU Livestock Center. Construction started on the 1,500 square foot facility last summer. The open house is scheduled for Friday, December 19th at 1:30 p.m. The university would like to remind visitors that the only access to the facility is from Route 67. This is due to the continued repairs to the Wigwam Hollow Bridge. An Illinois resident is combining trick-or-treat with Christmas trees this holiday season. Perry Jacobs, owner of the Fear Factory in Rock Island, takes classic Christmas characters and uses a Halloween twist. The Quad Cities haunted attraction has been around for 20 years, and Jacobs says normally they operate during October, but this year they've decided to have it during the Christmas season. The house will be open tomorrow and Friday from 7 p.m. until midnight. A little village in Wisconsin is very busy this time of year thanks to a holiday celebrity that bears the same name. People from all over are rushing to Rudolph, Wisconsin post office to ship off their holiday card packages in time for the holidays. The post office puts its famous Rudolph stamp on each package. The stamp has been a staple in Rudolph for almost 70 years. More than 10,000 people are expected to come and ship off their goodies this year from the little post office.
With the season of giving in full swing, one gift you can give a pet in need is a home. This week's Pet of the Week is not only 1, but 9 puppies from the Epitome Dog Rescue. These Dachshund and American Terrier mixes have faces that are so hard to say no to. They have great personalities with short, stubby legs, but their body size is bigger like the Terrier. To adopt these special presents, contact the Epitome Dog Rescue at the number on your screen, 309-331-4456. I wish I could adopt just all of them.
I would definitely take some off their hands.
I know.
Stay tuned to Good Morning Macomb. Coming up after the break,
We'll sit down with the most popular man this holiday season, and he will answer questions that you want the answers to when we come back.
And the look outside shows the cloud cover that's already building in place. Live look shows again those overcast skies, but temperatures are warmer already. We're up to 32 degrees, only 1 degree lower than where we were as a high yesterday. Across the region, we're in the mid to low 30s, already 36 degrees in Burlington and Keokuk. Warmer weekend is up ahead this weekend with temperatures up into the 50s. We'll take a full look at your forecast in just a couple minutes.
That's me, Joe Decker, owner of San Diego-based Gut Check Fitness, Guinness Book or World Record holder, World's Fittest Man, and WIU graduate. There are a few things that have helped me get to the top of my industry. Growing up on a farm in the Midwest, serving in the U.S. military, and graduating from WIU. This is my story. What will your success story be?
That's me, Chris Levingood, a senior broadcasting major at Western Illinois University. From networking in DC at a national conference to getting hands-on experience behind the news desk and in the field, the opportunities I have at WIU are preparing me for a successful media career. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire, but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Shanae Glasgow, Franny Smith, weather with meteorology major Nicholas Stewart, and sports with Tyler Eddy. News 3 continues.
Joining us this morning is a very special jolly man, Santa Claus.
Santa, thank you for stopping by. I can only imagine how busy you are, especially with just 13 days until Christmas. Now, Santa, I do have 2 questions from Madeline and Eva Wise of Macomb. And that is, how long does it take for Santa and the elves to prepare for Christmas Eve?
Well, it takes generally the whole year. We work from January 1st on over. So it takes a while for us to get all the presents ready for those naughty and nice boys. And girls, of course. The naughty ones sometimes don't get presents, but if I'm feeling nice to them.
Which you are most of the time, I hope.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
And also from Madeline and Eva, how does Santa deliver everything in one night all over the world?
It takes a while.
Yeah,
FedEx,
imagine.
UPS sometimes. No, I'm kidding. Actually, it just I'm magic. That's how I work. I'm everywhere at once. It's amazing. It's tough.
Magic. Love that answer. And we have questions from kids in the area. So how many elves are there in the world?
Oh, let's see. In the world or at the North Pole? In
No,
the world.
North Pole.
North Pole.
North
yeah,
Pole.
So you said the world.
Well, you know what? Elves could be anywhere, okay? Elves are always
You're
watching.
getting cold this year. At the North Pole, 1.3 million exactly. Yeah. So.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot of help here.
But it's a lot of
We
toys.
have to.
Yeah.
I go everywhere. So.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
true. What type of treats or food do the reindeer like to eat? I've always wondered that.
Generally, whatever's lying around. So, you know, like just whatever Mrs. Claus makes, they'll eat. So they're
They don't have a
just
favorite?
like me, they don't care. They'll eat.
Oh.
They don't have a favorite. No.
Oh,
just
no?
everything,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
What about your favorite cookies?
My favorite cookies? I love anything. As you can tell, I got a bowl full of jelly, and it's generally chocolate chip, sugar, peanut butter, any kind really.
So, of course, with the cookies, you love milk, right?
Oh yes, of course I love milk.
course.
Milk's my favorite thing in the world. We have a ton of cows, so we just I get all the milk from all over, so it's pretty nice. I really enjoy milk.
So, say if I wasn't home on Christmas, do you come wherever I am to bring me my presents?
Yeah, if you've been good.
Yeah.
If you've been
Of
naughty,
course.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, if I'm feeling nice, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, wherever you are, I will find you. So.
Okay. But what if my house doesn't have a chimney? How do you get in?
Well, I have my ways. Again, I can't give those away just because.
No, of course.
We don't want anyone to know exactly how I do things. So.
True. Yep.
Do you read every letter you get?
I try to. I get a lot of letters, and I speak every language possible, so that's how I can read them. So that's yeah. I try my best, but.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's a lot of sad kids out there that don't get their letters read.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes
good.
that happens.
That's good. That's
Well,
good.
thank you, Santa. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know I was excited to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and if you're ever wondering where I am, you can always use NORAD Tracker. Just Google the word Santa, and you can find me wherever I'm at. Remember, boys and girls, Santa hears and sees everything.
Sandy, you probably have a lot to do with, I can imagine, 13
Yes.
days left till Christmas. It's crunch time now.
Gotta go.
So you probably have a lot of toys to build and reindeer to feed. So,
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you.
but before you go, please try our cookies.
Of course.
They're peanut butter.
Yes.
They're awesome. I'm sure you're happy with that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Santa. Temperatures are getting lower as the countdown to Christmas nears closer. News 3's Nicholas Stewart will be back with his full weather forecast.
Stories, happen everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated, who are all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
When the big stories strike, count on award winners to provide you intimate and in-depth coverage. On the air and online, local news, fresh perspective.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. It's like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
That's low. That's low and below.
Look, he's blushing.
Seriously. Okay.
A look outside shows those overcast skies, or those skies we've been so routine to all of a sudden, but temperatures were a little bit on the warmer side, up to 32 degrees right now. Again, that's 1 degree above our high temperature yesterday. We're scheduled to make it up into the 40s today, so it's going to be pretty nice out there. The current satellite radar composite, nothing on the radar whatsoever, except we got these clouds showing up on satellite, basically building across the entire Midwest, and we're going to be dealing with these for at least the next several days heading into the weekend. Temperatures are a little bit warmer today than we were yesterday, already 37 degrees in St. Louis, Kansas City up to 43 degrees. These warmer temperatures off to our south and west, this is what's drifting towards our area, and we'll be in here by the time this weekend reaches, basically when the weekend reaches, so it'll be pretty nice out there. Currently, again, we have this high pressure sitting over us. That's why we're not dealing with any rain at all, so it's pretty nice out there unless you want the sunshine, unfortunately. But again, we've been so common and accustomed to this cloud cover. But the high pressures also bring up these southerly winds, the more mild temperatures are starting to build into the central Midwest. Later on today, the high pressure drifts a little bit more to the north and to our east. That allows the warmer temperatures to build in just a little bit more. Southwesterly winds and southerly winds and southerly and southwesterly winds are going to be blowing in. Again, that moisture is also going to be increasing. A lot of that moisture coming from the south as well. That's also why we're dealing with a lot of that cloud cover. Tomorrow is when things really start to warm up around our neck of the woods. High pressure passes off to our south and east. Again, that southerly air is building in. A lot of mild conditions starting to build into our neck of the woods, which is pretty nice. We mentioned the above normal temperatures that are in the forecast. This will be a very common theme for the next several days. This big area of high pressure is building up in the atmosphere. That's what's taking the jet stream and pushing it very far north. We call this a ridge. On the opposite coast, on the west coast, we're dealing with a very strong storm system. That means for us, we're dealing with the warmer temperatures. For today, we'll get to about 40 degrees. We're going to be dealing with those west-southwesterly winds, keeping things a little bit on the cooler side, but still above average. Tonight, we'll drop down a little bit cooler, 34 degrees, southwesterly winds about 5 miles per hour. We'll be dealing with some fog starting to build in as well when you're dealing with all that moisture coming in. With the warmer temperatures, you're going to have that fog problem as well. But look at the 5-day forecast for the weekend. Temperatures building to the 50s. 50 by Saturday, 52 on Sunday. So unfortunately, you do have finals week this week, so hopefully you can get outside at least a little bit if you get a break and you're starting to get outside. But next storm season comes in beginning of next week. Rain chances on Monday with a cooler spell coming in on Tuesday as well. So at least for the weekend, a little bit warmer, still dealing with some cloudy conditions, but at least the precipitation will stay away, basically stay away from our region anyway. So clearly I'm a little underdressed for the occasion today. The Christmas attire doesn't really work too well on the green screen, so you guys look stylish. Unfortunately, me not so much.
Like the red tie. Still
Yeah, that's
Christmassy,
about as
Christmas
Christmassy
color.
as I can get, so.
And you're always festive with your tornado shoes, so
Yeah.
you got the whole style going.
I'm not wearing them today, but. All right, have a
Well,
good
along
weekend.
with the mild, thanks Nick, along with the mild temperatures, I mean, that's awesome that we can at least last weekend to put up your Christmas lights and
I agree.
do your last minute shopping.
Do you have any more shopping?
Oh, I have like 80 people in my family that I have to shop for, so.
So you have a lot to do. So.
Yeah, but you know, hopefully
Great.
at least on Christmas we'll have snow.
Yeah, I hope.
always wish for that.
I know. 50, it's like, what is it? Like going to be December 14th? It's going to be 50 degrees?
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
Doesn't make any sense that it's been so cold in November and then now it's mild.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. All right, straight ahead in sports, Jeff and Tyler are in to tell you about everything Western Illinois athletics. The men's basketball team faced off against Idaho last night. Find out who ended up on top.
And the Chicago Blackhawks take on the Boston Bruins on the road.
My name is Patrick Magoon, and I have the privilege of serving as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. I'm also a very proud alumni of Western Illinois University. It gave me the foundation I needed to build a very successful career. That's my story. What will your success story be?
That's me, Sammy Marshall, a junior exercise science major at Western Illinois University, shortstop on the Leatherneck softball team, and Summit League Player of the Year. At Western, I take my GPA just as seriously as I take my batting average. My experiences with faculty, my coaching staff, and the community are helping shape my future in exercise science. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Thank you, dear. Oh, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision. Award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4, Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Take a train to go. Stand by 3 for the push-in.
Good morning, Western Illinois. I'm Jeff Marta.
Come on, Jeff. That's my line. And I'm Tyler Eddy. The Macomb Bomber boys wrestling team had a strong test Tuesday night against Mercer County, who was ranked 11th in the state. The Bombers fell 55-12, but they looked strong to open up the match against the Golden Eagles. Macomb senior Bryce Haddix kicked off the night with a 17-6 decision for the Orange and Black, and Wally Bloomer was the next Bomber to kick it into gear with a 2-minute and 20-second pinfall to give Macomb the 10-6 lead as a team. Cal Lawyer would come up with the final points for the Bombers in a 9-6 decision. And after a big win over Greenville College, the men's team took to the court last night against the Idaho Vandals. Billy Wright and company looking to pick up a win against a good Idaho team. Early in the game, it's Mike McClusick who puts up the 3, and Tate Stensgaard rebounds it. He tosses it out to Mo Condi, who hits the free throw jumper. And Leathernecks had a pretty lackluster first half, but in the second half, it's Jabari Sandifer with the steal here. He comes up with a no-look pass to J.C. Fuller, a little how do you do. He puts it up for 2 points. And a few possessions later, it's Fuller being selfless this time. He dishes it out to Garrett Covington, who hits it from long range. And he had 6 threes on the night, finished with 27 points, and the Leathernecks escaped by the Vandals 78-75.
Yeah, really electric environment last night.
Yes, it was.
And after a big win over Bradley Tuesday night, the Leathernecks return home to Western Hall tonight to take on Eastern Illinois. The Panthers come into tonight's contest sporting a 3-5 record. EIU leads the all-time series between the two teams 31-16. The last time the two in-state rivals met, the Panthers managed to edge out the Leathernecks 68-64, but that was over in Charleston. The Panthers are led by Felicia Johnson, who has scored double figures in the Panthers' last 3 games as just a sophomore. Freshman Beret Griffin has been on a tear off the bench for EIU. Griffin has scored 7 points for the 3rd time while adding a season-high 7 assists against Milwaukee. That game tonight is set for 7 p.m. And the student athletes, they won't be the only ones in action this weekend. Everybody's favorite mascot, Rocky, will be competing in the first ever mascot stampede in northwestern Colorado. Rocky will compete against 15 other mascots from all over the country. The event kicks off today with a mascot parade, then the mascot wrangler tube slide race. Tomorrow is a jam-packed day of events, including a t-shirt slinging contest, mascot snow bowling, and a tug of war. Sadly, this means the absence of Rocky at the basketball games this weekend, but we here at News 3 wish him the best of luck.
Of course we do. How's that? Pretty snow bowling?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a little bit slippery in those lanes.
Good luck to Rocky. Moving to the NHL, the Blackhawks have had a pretty dominant season so far, and they've got 41 points. Let's take a look at the highlights. We joined this one in the second period. Hawks up 2-0. Zdeno Chara's first game back. Maybe he should have waited another. Patrick Kane waiting, and he nets it to put the Hawks up 3-0. And in the third, Chicago up 3-1. Milan Lucic skates into a Blackhawks sandwich and gets it to Torrey Krug. He cuts it to 3-2. Chris Kelly later gets mouthy with Andrew Shaw, and they go at it. Pretty good scuffle there as Shaw picks up the win in the fight. And Scott Darling here to end it. He gets the stick save for the Blackhawks, and Chicago hangs on for the 3-2 win, their 8th straight.
Yeah, those teams very physical. They have a lot of history together. And we here at News 3 like to showcase some of the best plays in the world of sports. We like to call it our play of the day. Today's play of the day comes from the Senators-Kings game in the NHL.
Yeah, the Senators' Bobby Ryan moves up ice. He makes a nice toe drag pass to the defender. Here we go. Makes a nice toe drag pass to the defender. Gets some great stick work as he scores the incredible goal. And let's see if we can take another look. Ryan puts a move on the defender, then just abuses Kings goalie Jonathan Quick to score the goal and net our play of the day. So pretty good play right there it was against an Olympic goalie.
Yeah, the U.S. national goalie Jonathan Quick really just took him to school.
And that's all the time we have this morning for sports. Have a happy holiday.
Yeah, we'll have the final word coming up next.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Well, that's all the time we have for Good Morning Macomb. We wish you a very happy holiday.
And for our 2 sports anchors, remember?
For Jeff and Tyler, of course.
And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Shanae Glasgow. It is our last Good Morning Macomb of the semester. I'm so sad. But again, we want to wish you a happy holidays and...
Yeah. And girls and boys, be good for Santa.
Yes.
Thank you and have a...